Hi, my name's Mark from anypond.com, your trusted resource in the UK for ponds and water features. Today I'm looking at formal pools or formal ponds. So the first thing to think about is the geometric shape, whether it's a circular, oval, square, rectangular shape that you're looking for. It could be a case that you've got limited space and a formal pool will fit nicely into a limited space because you can maximise the size of pond into the space itself. You need to also think about the surroundings around the pond, whether you've got clean, crisp lines of a house, whether it's retaining walls that are straight and clean and crisp, whether it's paths. You know, you've got to look at the surrounding area and see whether a formal pool will fit in to your landscape. Another attractive element that you can bring to a garden is whether you have a formal pool in the ground or out of the ground. You know, certainly it's a case of in the past we've created some really nice ponds out of the ground and incorporated landscape beds next to them, and it basically brings and it ties it all in. It could be a case of that you've got a sloping garden that goes up away from the house. Then you've got to have a retaining wall at the front, otherwise you're going to have a real big waterfall or something at the back, and sometimes it looks very, very unnatural to get a pond in a slope that slopes up away from the house. So a formal pool there, or certainly a formal edge, is a really good idea. So that's another thing to think about, is attractive element, whether it's in the ground or out of the ground. If you're keeping big fish, then I wouldn't really go for a raised pond, because sometimes it's a case of when they get frisky or if they've got an irritant on their body, they tend to jump and they tend to flash. And what happens is if you've got a raised pond, they jump out of the pond. There's no way that they're going to get back into that raised pond. So I wouldn't recommend a raised pond if you're looking to keep big fish, because they've got more of a chance to get back into an in-ground pond. If you want a raised pond and you want big fish, then I would definitely stop them being able to jump out. So I would have certainly 10 to 12 inches around. So if they do jump out, they're gonna go back into the pond. So we talked about formal pools or formal ponds. What's the difference, you might be saying? What's the difference between a formal pool and a formal pond? Well, the difference between a pool and a pond is if you're going to have plants in there. If you're going to have plants in there, it's a pond. If you don't have any plants, it's more of a pool. If you think about a swimming pool with fish in, for instance. So my name's Mark from anypond.com, your trusted resource in the UK for ponds and water features. Thanks for watching.